They never learn. That's right, Paralives has just released its early access trailer, and that was a big mistake. Well, not so much the trailer, but early access in general. Now, you might not know who I am, but you may have seen me in your dreams. But recently I did a video on life sim games, and really the topic was a critique on life sim games and how all of them currently, or I say all of them, the 3 that exist, are all trying to outdo The Sims, and why that's just not possible. One of my main points of discussion for that video was InZoi. InZoi has also promised to be the next Sims, or a realistic interpretation of The Sims, and unfortunately the common consensus right now from what I can gather online and reviews is it's just not worth it. All of the positive reviews I found on Steam, well, almost all of the positive reviews I found on Steam mentioned the potential the game has, not what's currently in the game, but its potential. So it is good if they continue to do this. It's good if they finally implement this. It'll be good when they do this. It's not good now. Most people say it's boring, you run out of things to do fast, and it turns out that when life sims are treated like real life, they're not great. The biggest problem for InZoi was releasing in early access, and that was the main point of discussion in my video on life sim games, is that if you're trying to outdo The Sims, which has decades of loyalty in the fan bases, it's touched many a generation's heart, and even this current Sims 4 is 11 years old this year and is filled with content. Yes, you had to pay for all of that content, but a lot of the content came out 10 years ago, 9 years ago, 8 years ago, so the monetary value has depleted in terms of like your perception of, oh, I paid £50 for this 9 years ago. So it doesn't really matter. What matters is I have all of the content. I have the ability to go live on a farm, to own pets, to have babies, to travel the world, to get a job that I can interact with, to see paranormal activity. There's so many different things now in The Sims. It's going to be tough for any life sim to compete and offer as much content as The Sims does. Paralives did promise that all future DLC updates would be free. And that is very noble, and they can afford to do that because they are funded entirely by Patreon members. It basically, for the people who pay on Patreon, basically are paying a subscription service, because they will get the DLC for free, but not really, because they've actually been paying £5, £10, £15 a month for 5-6 years now, since Paralives started their Patreon. So actually you're not getting the DLC for free at all if you're a Patreon member. You've been paying for it this entire time, and you've been paying for the game this entire time too. So the biggest problem with early access, it just means there's nothing in the game, because it's early. It means it's not finished yet. It means that the Paralives devs, unsatisfied with their monthly income of £30,000 or whatever it currently is now, have decided to launch the game to get your nice money. They want to line their pockets with your money so they can keep getting subscription money from Patreon to keep making the games. There was no reason at all for Paralives to release an early access. They are sustained via a massive income from Patreon. So why have they gone early access? All they're going to do is prove that the game isn't finished yet. And people are going to buy it in a very quick, it's kind of like a flash sale. Oh my god, it's out, let's try it, let's play it for a week, and then, oh, I've run out of content because it's early access. I guess it's good, I guess it's interesting, it could be really good when they implement this, and then the reviews will pour in. It's good, but I liked it, but it's missing this. It needs this. If they keep doing this, it will be good. Just like the InZoi problem. Because that's what happens with early access. People have an expectation, that expectation is not met, but people will gaslight and trick themselves into thinking it's good. Because they paid money for it, or they waited so long for it, in this case 6 years. I believe it's been now. Hey, future editing me here. It's less glamorous, I know, but I just wanted to chime back in because while editing this video, I re-watched the trailer again for the however manyth time I've seen it. And I came to realize I hadn't quite verbalized another thing I've felt with Paralives all the way through its development is the things they proudly show off in their gameplay trailer, this early access release date trailer, shouldn't be proudly shown off. Like, you can watch TV, you can play the piano, you can have a baby, you can lie on a picnic blanket, you can talk to people. Those should be baseline things in any life sim game. If you're going to try and compete with The Sims that now has ridiculous amounts of updates and packs and activities and things you can do, your baseline is just, you can watch TV, eat, talk, look how you can decorate. That's just baseline expected stuff. You are proudly showing off the minimum. What you should be doing is striving for the minimum anyway, and then exciting people by going, hey, not only can you live a life, watch TV, play the piano, eat food and talk, but you can also go to the moon. You can also have lots of pets. Are there even pets in Paralives right now? There doesn't seem to be any pets in Paralives. These things should be baseline and not the proudest bits of your game, like, oh, look how nice it looks when these guys watch the telly. These things are expected. So what are you offering on top of that? That's a serious question. What am I supposed to be excited about in these trailers? Like, what job? Like, can I go on exciting jobs? Can I go on adventures? Can I go on treasure hunts? Can I explore different planets? Everything in these trailers that they're proudly displaying should just be the absolute bare minimum for a life sim game. Because that's all The Sims 4 did. It gave you the bare minimum to simulate life. And everyone ripped it apart. Let's rip this apart too, because it's exactly the same. But what do you think? Are you excited for it? Do you think early access was a smart move? I mean, we got kind of mad that The Sims 4 came out half finished. Remember, the base game is kind of like an early access game. There's not really anything to do except eat, sleep, go to work, visit like a really boring museum in Oasis Springs, and I can't even think what else you do in the Sims 4 base game. There was literally nothing to do. So you could argue that was an early access concept, and everyone hated it. Everyone was furious at it. Where are the swimming pools? Where are the ladders? How is this any different? How is this any different? How can you defend Paralives and InZoi going early access when you were so furious at The Sims for doing it too? It seems like such a wasted opportunity. If you're going to try and outdo something that has been around since 2000, 25 years, you need to come out of the gate better. If you're going to be a Sims competitor, you need to fucking compete. You can't compete by limping out of the starting gate saying, well, we'll catch up eventually. People want to see you overtake now. That's what they're paying you for. That's what people have been banking on for 6 years, is that you're going to give them absolutely everything they didn't have. But except when you do first launch, you won't be doing any of that. You'll be giving them basic interactions like what we've seen in the gameplay trailers of coffee shop jobs and exercise and talking in groups very woodenly in the living room. What else is there going to be if it's early access? Because early access can then go on for years. Why they sit in the development room tweaking and adding and designing and listening to feedback, it technically never has to end. And they're going to get money from Patreon forever. So people are going to keep paying them to basically keep stalling their game. It's kind of a very similar scenario to the Star Citizen bonanza. That, you know, the game was funded in 2012 on Kickstarter and has been in development ever since, with constant new donations coming in, people buying ships known as pledges for like £40,000 just to get a ship in a game to keep funding the game so they can keep making the game that's likely never to come out ever. And people sort of gave up on Star Citizen. I think it's been in alpha for 13 years. So people are starting to give up on it and realize, okay, maybe we shouldn't have, thrown all of our money at them. And that's kind of the same thing with Paralives. I mean, it's been in development for 6 years and is now just going into early access when they didn't need to go into early access. They're going to come out the gate, prove to people it's actually just been a bit overhyped this entire time, because let's be honest, how could Paralives ever compete with The Sims? I mean, just look at it. It's visually so meh, and it's overly cozy, and it's not very exciting. There's no excitement there. There's nothing to get me, oh, I can't wait to do this. I can't wait to go to my job. I can't wait. It just all looks a bit stagnant. Very similar to InZoi, lacking any sort of character or personality. I guess I could be proven wrong here, but I feel like their decision may have come from InZoi going early access and then realizing, oh, InZoi was able to do it, get some decent reviews, get some money, and they beat us to it. I think Paralives has been in development way longer than InZoi ever was, and I think they're now falling behind. People are starting to forget about them a little bit, so they made a very quick decision. I think it's going to backfire in their faces, and I feel very sorry for all of the people who are excited for it, because you're going to get a game that you pay money for, and you're going to realize it's actually not so good at all. I think the novelty will be there because it's different. It's anything different is really fun, but you're soon going to realize, as I've spoken to people who have tried InZoi, who are so excited for InZoi because they were so tired and bored of The Sims, and they've turned around and gone, no, Sims does it better. I can't deny. Sims has done it better. If you're going to compete, you have to compete. You can't half-ass it. You need to show people that you're better, which means you need to come out the gate with a finished game. And that's 2 life sim games now that promised to beat and compete with The Sims, who've both come out with half-finished products. half-baked ideas. You're not competitors anymore. You're just bottom barrel trash. And you've done that to yourselves. So there you go. Paralives is coming out in early access. Whoopee. I think it's a lousy, unfair decision to go early access with a game like this. And it just goes to show that I don't think any of these people ever will be better than The Sims, will ever triumph over The Sims. And I'm not even a Sims lover. I actually don't find The Sims that enjoyable as a grown-up. But logically, it is superior. And these developers keep proving why it's superior because they're not even trying anymore. They're not even trying to be better. They're just trying to be cash grabs now. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments to get this discussion going with me. Maybe you can give me some insight to something I'm missing. Who knows? I'm open to having my mind changed. I'm open to hearing everyone else's perspective. But if you liked the video, maybe consider leaving a like and maybe even clicking subscribe and checking out the other videos I've made, because they're very different than this one. And I just felt really compelled to make this one after seeing the announcement trailer, but usually I make very fun, comedic, depending on who you ask, scripted videos about video games and analysis. So go check those out, you might like them. But thank you so much for watching this one. I really appreciate you.